with their bio and talk about them, but I think it's better for them to say a few words, and meet them in person and see their energy and vibe instead of me telling you who they are. So you
Thank
I
you.
had the pleasure to read your bio, and
Thank
you
you,
were the
Stella.
only one. You're special, and yeah.
Thank you,
Mike is
Stella.
yours.
Thank you very much. Thank you for hosting this retreat. It's amazing. I'm having a beautiful time, and I can tell just by the energy in the room that we are all experiencing some real good experiences. Originally, I was going to talk about holistic health advocacy, but during the event, I kept hearing conversations about I don't know how to run my business. I heard a lot of that. So we're going to talk about omnipresence and how to accomplish that. And we're going to start with a question. Who knows how long you have to get attention? So like when you're scrolling on TikTok,
7 seconds, 3 seconds.
1 second, you have to capture somebody's attention within the first 2 seconds. Otherwise, they're gone. Do you know how many times somebody has to see one of your things to even register that they saw it?
7 seconds.
12. 14.
Somewhere between 7 and 17 times before they even realize that they saw it. So that's important to know. So if you post once a day or once a week, nobody is seeing you. Absolutely nobody is seeing you.
That's why they say you have to do 5 posts a day. Or blah,
It's
blah,
only
blah,
for
blah, blah,
TikTok
blah.
or ever?
All platforms. That is across all platforms. So whether you have TikTok, whether you have LinkedIn, whether you're doing Facebook, Meta, whatever you're doing, you need to be consistent, which daily, and you need to be doing some sort of live Facebook feed or live TikTok, because people are more engaged when you are live, because they can feel your energy through the live. And if you make a mistake, they relate to that.
You're human.
Because you're human, exactly. So if you stop it and you record it and you look at your recording and you go, I can't do that because I made this mistake, and then you record it 18 times, what happens there? Nobody gets to see it because you won't post it because you're being a perfectionist. So on that, how do I say that? Wait, my brain is gonna buffer, so. Perfect is never done. No, how is it? Done is never perfect because perfect is never done. So, and what that really means is we're not perfect people. We're not ever going to be perfect people. So a tip that I have on that, because I experienced that in the beginning too. I was like, nobody wants to see my face. And I was scared. I don't want to do it. I have problems with brain fog because of the chemotherapy that I had many years ago. And sometimes my brain stutters, but that's part of my appeal because there are millions of people that have a similar thing. So they see the realism of that, my authenticity in that, and they relate to that. So you each have special gifts that have something along that. So you're gonna want to highlight those because that's the important thing. Being your true authentic self is more important than being perfect. So, yeah, we talked about that. Okay, so you're going to pick one platform and you're going to excel at that one platform first. And because this audience is more healers, you're gonna wanna pick, probably Instagram is more relatable, but it also will depend on the age bracket and kind of clientele that you want to attract. So if you're looking for business people, you want to be on LinkedIn. If you're looking for the older generation, Facebook is where you want to be. If you're looking for the young generation, you need to be on TikTok and Insta. I'm not ruling out Snapchat, but I don't know anything about that because I haven't started to learn about that platform yet because I'm focusing on TikTok right now. That is my vehicle. That is the one I like because honestly, that's what I like to scroll. Not that I should be doing any doom scrolling, but that's the reality of it. So pick one platform. However, when you make a live, you can always repurpose it. And there are several ways to do that. There are scheduling platforms where you can post directly to multiple accounts across the board with minimal work. And
Yeah, like all the research to figure out all those programs is where I get overwhelmed.
That's why you need her.
We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about some platforms. We're gonna talk about my favorite platform right now and how inexpensive it is and how all-encompassing it is. And a couple of really cool tools to help you when you make your videos and how to get your messages out. And we can talk about landing pages, basic funnel building. I used to be on ClickFunnels, and honestly, that was expensive and a little hard to learn, to be honest. The platform that I'm currently used is called Go High Level. And what is absolutely brilliant about this platform is it's $97 US a month instead of 300, right? So Go High Level.
All together.
And so it not only functions as a CRM, which is a client relationship management tool. This is where you put all your clients' information so that when you go to do your email campaigns, which is where you need to be, all of the social media is fun and nice, but as we know, 2 weeks ago, Meta was down. Did you watch all the influencers lose their mind? Because they're not building their list. And if you don't have an email list, you don't have a platform if it's down. So your primary function, your whole, you need to be driving for building up your email list.
My clients are on Messenger.
You need to change that immediately. So you have to have a CRM. It is the top priority. And Go High Level has that inside the
I have it
platform.
written down. I mean, it's not,
How do you see it?
technically I have it written down.
You have it in your notebook or what?
Yeah.
Okay,
You tell her what CRM stands
Okay,
for.
so CRM is client relationship management tool. So there are several different CRM, like HubSpot has a free version, and you can just input your client's name, whether it's first name, last name, where you know them from, their email address, their phone number, and in most of them they have functionality, so every time you send them an email, it will show that, so you know what you're sending out to them, and when they respond, it'll be in this tool, so you have a running conversation. So the next time you have a conversation with them, you'd be like, hey, how's Joey and Stephanie? They're kids, right? Because you don't have to go look it up. It's right there in the notes. All of that is there, so you don't have to go and try to remember all of that, because that can be a little overwhelming.
So it's like a spreadsheet.
It is, yes,
It does all the, yeah.
it does that.
Can you please repeat again? Name, email, what else to write for this person?
You want
All the
their phone, you
information,
want
all
their phone,
contact
you want their phone number,
Mm-hmm.
you need their email, and you want their name. You might also want to know where you met them or how they came into your environment. And that's something called tags, and they are extremely important, because when you build tags in your CRM, when you do your emails, you can select Reiki people, and then it will filter it out, so you don't have to go looking through that for that. So if you offer multiple services, the tags will help you tailor what group of your clientele is getting what email when.
Organization.
So like we
Yes,
do
it's-
like DE
And
customers
it's
or
super important to set it up
Facebook
correctly in the beginning,
Direct
because
mail.
that sets you up for success.
Yeah, we do.
What you say, I love that you say you write down where you know them from. I know so many people that sometimes I would think, where, how did I meet this
Exactly.
this
Like where they
person?
came in.
Exactly.
where they came
And
in.
I would write down, I met her through Elena. her
Exactly.
friends from
But
this
on there, as you said, on there you would say, I met him at this event, I met him at
Yes,
that function.
super
I just
important.
talk over here.
All right,
This is
so,
really good. It's really good.
all right, so now we're gonna go on to talking about the fact that it will host your domain, and what your domain is your website. So you can buy your website anywhere, but you can host it on Go High Level, which is beautiful. The way that you can build your website and your funnels on this system is basically, you can create your own, it's drag and drop. So if you're familiar with Canva,
Yeah.
you can build stuff in Canva and move it over, or you can just create the verbiage that you want to put on it in a Google Drive, which I highly recommend, because if you have to move platforms later, you want your stuff there so that you can move it if you have to move it. So You put your domain there and you build your website, but your website is not the most important thing. Your most important thing is funnels or landing pages. And this is where you make specific offers to your clients, whether you're doing a masterclass or you're doing a retreat, whatever kind of event that you're doing, or if you're doing a special offer, you're gonna wanna build a funnel for that. And you can put attachments in your funnel, you can put Zoom links in your funnel, so if you're doing virtual teaching, put all of that in there. So it has the funnels. It also has a spot where you can put a membership site. You can put any of your digital products. You can even list your physical products. Currently it accepts Stripe and I think PayPal. There might be one other, but they're adding other payment options to the platform as we speak. The best part of this entire platform, 24/7 Zoom support.
Included.
Really?
Included. Absolutely. So if you don't know how to do a thing, you hop on, you give them your relationship number, they stick you in a room with an expert, and you share your screen, and they walk you through it. So they're teaching you how to use their platform instead of just doing it for you. A lot of us are visual learners, especially as healers and light workers. So please, I used to not do tech at all. I used to say things like,
Which is wild because you're so good at it.
tech is scary, tech is horrible. And about a year ago, I started writing in my goals every day that I'm tech savvy. And so I started shifting my mindset on that, and I started working towards becoming a tech goddess. We're not quite at goddess level yet, but I feel so empowered because now I know when I go to hire somebody to do this stuff for me, I know what questions to ask. I know what questions not to ask. I know how it should look, how I want it, and I can communicate that more effectively because I've done the actual work. I don't want to be the back end doing all of that. I want to go out and I want to be the healer and I want to be doing those things, right? Like I want to do the thing that is my purpose, and I'm going to pay somebody else to do this. But in the beginning of your business, we don't have the funds quite yet. So we have to do a lot of this ourselves. So having 24/7 support, I can't tell you how incredible that is. They have a calendar system on it. So if you have a booking for massage therapy, booking calendar. If you do any kind of online services, booking calendar. And they have like 4 or 5 different types of calendars. And just ask the service person what that is about, and they'll be happy to explain that and tell you which one works best for what you're trying to do for that. Where are we? Okay. I talked about, and you can build the invoices, and all of that is right in there. So you can send somebody an invoice for something and then not have to worry about it because they'll just pay it and you'll get a receipt. They also have an app for your phone called Leads, I think it is. So anytime you get a new message from one of your clients, it'll pop up on your phone so you can interact immediately with that client. And anytime somebody messages any of the social media that you have attached to that account, they are now inside your CRM. Automatically, the system just pulls it right in. So anytime they reach out to you, that's consent to be in your system because they reached out to you, which is beautiful. You can attach all of your social media to it. They also have a social media planner, which is amazing. So you can schedule recurring posts. So if you're having a retreat, you put up a thing, you upload it, you say, I want this to go every day from here for the next 2 weeks at this time. And then you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to come back and repost it. One of the most tedious things about social media is having to post and post and post. But if you can post one meme to 8 platforms for 2 weeks with 3 minutes worth of work, isn't that way better than having to come on every day and go to each of those platforms and do it independently? I can't tell you how much time it has saved me. So much time. I feel like I've been talking forever, and I know that I have not. So, I wanted to also talk about some other tools that are inexpensive or free that can help you. There is a service called opus.pro, OPUS.PRO. And what this is once you have a video made, so if you're doing a Zoom and you just record it, or you did a live, you upload it to YouTube, and it doesn't have to be a public, and then you can put it into this system, and it will make clips anywhere from 1 to 3 minutes, and you can set parameters on what you want in there. And so basically it's making sound bites for you.
Right.
And it'll caption it for you. It'll give you like 5 hours worth of content for $20 a month. If you go with the free option, which they do have, they give you a smaller amount of time, but they'll also put Opus on the clip. So if you don't want that, just $20 a month. But if you can't afford that right now, that's fine. Some of mine absolutely have that caption on there. Nobody cares. There's another tool that I absolutely adore. It is called Boards, BOARDS. And this beautiful app is also free. It allows you to create 3 boards, and what the function of this is, and I'll show you all later. We'll have show and tell. I'll bring out my laptop and we can actually do some actual looking at what Go High Level looks like and how to operate boards. So on Boards, for the free portion, you can add links. You can, so like if you have your funnels, you put all your funnels in there. Your calendar link, you put it in there. So when somebody asks you, hey, can I have your calendar? You just go into Boards, you press that, and it shoots off.
Is it like a Linktree?
Linktree is something else. We'll talk about Linktree in a second, because Linktree is also gold. Absolutely gold. You distracted me about cool stuff.
Back on boards.
Yes, so let's go to Boards again. So basically what it is a placeholder and basic copy paste. So it's a copy paste of that. So you don't have to type out. So like if your common response to somebody is a certain paragraph, you don't have to retype the entire paragraph. You just boop and it's done. It's a massive time saver and it's free. They have a paid function that offers you some other stuff that I haven't even started to look at yet because I'm not there.
I use Boards every day.
Yeah, right?
So
Like
Boards, if you pay for it, it's $10 a month, and you get a keyboard so that you can just go to your post and you switch the keyboard from your one on your phone,
Yeah.
and it goes and it just automatically puts it up into your thing, and then it also does the pictures too, if you can do pictures too.
right, but the free version also offers that.
Yeah, but only to a certain, like you can only do so many,
Okay.
and then it cuts you off.
All right, well, so we learned something. Thank you.
Sorry.
No, absolutely. This is a collaboration.
$10 is unlimited.
It's unlimited, yeah.
$10 is an amazing price, with technology being absolutely outrageous. Linktree. Let's talk about Linktree. Linktree is absolutely vital for your business because, and they also have a free version. I like that right now. It's beautiful. When you start out your business, it is perfect. So you go, you pick your business name. You can have a personal one too, right? So you can have multiple ones. If you have 4 businesses, make 4 of them. Absolutely perfect. So the purpose of Linktree is you can have your funnels, you can have your calendar, you can have everything, right? And sometimes your website changes. Sometimes your funnels change. And you have to go back in. Where did I leave this link? Where did I leave this link? So instead of having to go back in and find where you left that link, all you have to do is put your Linktree in. So when you set up your social media profiles where it asks for your website, you're going to put your Linktree, because anytime you change your website or your funnels, your masterclasses,
Events.
your events, right? Anything you want to do, you can just go back in
The link tree.
and just go into the link tree and change it. That way,
Links it everywhere.
correct.
Okay.
Yeah, right? Like,
One
isn't,
stop change.
exactly. Okay, so I know I've only been talking like 10 minutes, right? Well, I don't need plenty of time. Who has questions for me?
Could you explain Linktree again?
I certainly can. So,
I was not grasping what you were saying.
okay, so it's a placeholder, just like boards.
Okay.
Okay, so Linktree, so mine is Power Pantaloons, or it's link.tree/Power Pantaloons, right? So when you go look at that,
On this Instagram, let me just show it to you.
yeah, absolutely. Visual aids absolutely help. So basically, it lists your website, your funnels, your events, your calendar, your podcast, any link that is associated with your business.
They go to that link, so they click on the link and it takes them.
It takes
to
them-
everything.
And
can put.
so
So
instead
I could
of,
stick it like on my posts, and then
you should stick it on everything.
It would take them to my beauty group post, my beauty group link,
Exactly. And that way you don't have to go, where did I put this link?
Or type it every time and take the chance of mistyping it.
Exactly. So if
Using it on my flyers, actually.
I use it everywhere, right? So if you're being interviewed for a podcast, stick it on your Zoom link in the back, right? So people can see it. The versatility of Linktree is broad.
You got it?
Everywhere on your social media where it says website address, you put in your Linktree instead, because then you don't have to go update all of that when you change your web address or your masterclass or whatever it is you're doing.
This link tree, you can call it whatever you want, but you can also use it.
Does anybody else have any
On
questions?
your links, on your, anywhere. It's like a business place, it's like a giant business card.
That's exactly what it is.
That's a good
Some
way
people
of
use
describing it.
Dot, which is also similar to that, but I find Linktree way better.
Do you think that CR?
All right, wait. 2 questions at what time?
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just commenting that it's very easy to use.
It's so easy to use, yes.
Set it up, yeah, it's so easy.
Yeah.
Setting it up is easy.
It is free. They have a free version, absolutely.
You can put links to all of your like individual products. You can put link for each individual product.
On the
It's
page
gonna
version.
pop up like a picture of the product, you know, and you can name it the way you want it, like my favorite face cream or my there we go your face or just
Yep. Oh, it's an amazing tool. The paid version I don't think is very expensive.
No, I don't, I'm pretty cheap and
I don't pay for it.
But I have.
I was gonna say, you don't look cheap at all.
I don't like to spend money unnecessarily.
That's better phrasing.
There we go. And I think the free is like 3. And if you want more than 3, I want to say it's 2 or 3. 3 is sticking in my head. But I have 7, so I went for the paid version. So people didn't have to think; they could just click on it.
Even if I just have to my website, to my
Yes.
my beauty group.
But here's something that you could do. You could go on Zoom and you can do a recording of product demonstration.
and then they could
And
click
then
on
just put that link into your Linktree. And so
You
now
see
when
my
they
eyeballs go?
right, yes I did. So now when they go to your Linktree, they can just pull it up. You can put all of your social media as buttons on there, and you can put the buttons at the top or the bottom, and you can put whatever, or all you have to drag and drop. So if you want the new event to be at top, you just drag and drop it and put it right at top, and you can just sort it based on.
You should show us later.
We absolutely we're gonna do show and tell, but I want to make sure that we get all the questions answered before we go into show and tell, and then I'm gonna stop that, and then I'm gonna pull out my laptop, and I'm gonna show the back end of Go High Level,
Yeah.
so that people can see that.
I use Linktree, just so you guys, I use Linktree all the time.
Do you have a question?
It's great. Now, if you only need
Yeah,
one
yeah,
or 2,
yeah. That's it.
for social
That is
media,
it.
And it's not
Facebook has 2,
so you only
or Instagram has 2, but if you need more than 2, the only thing you use really is Linktree. Cause they're so
Absolutely.
inclusive.
Yeah, with everything on.
But they, I mean, Facebook or Instagram gives you two now, they give you two now, they only gave me one before. But
Well,
if you-
the way around that is multiple emails.
Yeah,
So if you have a different email address for different businesses, you can go in and create different free accounts, right? So what Kristen was saying is she bought the plan because she wanted to put all of her 7 on one, but you don't have to do that. So if you're not at a spot where you can pay for these things, create different email addresses for the different businesses and then just have different ones, and then you can put all of them in. You could probably put all those Linktree links in one Linktree.
just link them to each other.
Yes,
Yeah.
just chain link them together.
She's always
You
linking.
can put
I-
events, like if you're gonna do like live education.
Oh, yeah.
Does anybody else have any more questions?
I did. So my husband keeps trying to get me to do like a
Mine's more linear.
like a spreadsheet where I could just go in and like an Excel type spreadsheet that I can kind of what you were talking about, the CRM tool. Do you think that the CRM tool is
1,000% better.
than the
1,000% better because
I'm sorry,
you
what's
don't-
the question better than what?
creating an Excel spreadsheet
Yeah, my
or
husband keeps
CRM.
trying to get me to do an Excel spreadsheet,
No.
and I'm like, right now, all I have like all my contacts and what they've ordered and everything, just like in a notepad on my phone.
No.
Very ineffective, you know.
No.
obviously.
So
or
you're,
I've got it written
Well,
down.
at the very least, it should be in an Excel, but
but
But you think
once
this
you
is
put it
better.
into the
'Cause if I'm gonna
CRM,
take the time to put all of
put
that
it in this. Okay, so here's
I
the
wanna
thing.
do
it's done though, right?
Once you
do
put
it's
it in there, it's done. If you have to change from where your CRM is, you can download what's called the C, S
CSV file.
CSV file, right? You
Which
can
is like a
download it.
spreadsheet,
which is
you
basically
can
the
go
spreadsheet.
Put it in Excel afterwards.
So you can, so you basically can back it up. So you can back it up
Okay.
and then load it into a different CRM. So if you're going from HubSpot, you just download your CSV file and then you upload it to Go High
And
Level.
that CRM tool is the Go High Level, or that's a HubSpot. A HubSpot.
So HubSpot is a CRM, like that is all it does. Go High Level is a
all encompassing.
business management tool. It is a very big platform and it's direct competition to ClickFunnels, which is 3 times more expensive, and you don't have live interactive help. Yes?
I have 2 questions.
Okay, let's hear them.
One on that, so I'll do that one first. So what would you say would be I know Go High Level is not expensive, but if you're just starting out a business, what would you say the break point is where you say, I'm gonna leave HubSpot, which is just my CRM manager, and I have my CRM manager and my Shopify, let's say.
Okay.
What do you think the break?
How much are you paying for your Shopify?
I think it's, I pay annually, so let's say it's 15 a month.
15 a month? Okay,
Yeah.
so what other tools are you using?
Oh, that's all I'm using, this is just a general question.
So
add the tools together and see.
add all of your tools together. So your CRM, who's hosting your website? You're paying for that, right?
Right,
Does it include funnels?
okay.
Can you run your business without funnels? So you have to ask yourself these questions. Do I need a funnel? Are you hosting events? Are you promoting? You're gonna need a funnel. If you're selling something, you are gonna need a funnel. For the
Like,
older,
You're using Eventbrite, you're using this, you're using
right,
that.
so
You
add all
them
that stuff up together, and if it is more than $97, that's a business decision right there.
So now if you're just using an Excel spreadsheet and shipping products, what do you think the break point is to make the investment? Like
How much work do you wanna do?
500 a month,
So like, no,
$1,000 a
but
month?
that's gonna be a personal decision. So how much work do you wanna do? Do you wanna manually input every time you have a conversation with somebody into that spreadsheet? Or do you want your CRM to capture every conversation?
So we will if I have a conversation in Messenger, which is where I do majority of my work.
It'll-
My business is almost exclusively on Facebook.
I will show you.
So it'll just take the stuff that I talk to them about in Messenger and it'll just put it into this HubSpot or the
Well,
CRM.
into the Go High
And the
level.
Go High Level.
It'll put it into Go High level. I'll show you after the
It's
session.
wild.
It is so cool. And anytime somebody reaches out to you to try to sell you their business, it goes.
Network marketing. You see my network marketing.
We're just like, tell me more to say.
Yeah.
Listen, I wish that somebody would have talked to me. I've done my share of network. So just so you guys know, I don't need to take away from you. right?
Talk, tell
Just
us.
so you guys know, I used to date a triple diamond in Amway.
Really?
Yeah.
Why we don't know that?
Oh,
You know that now.
Lifetime, it was a lifetime ago.
now you know.
They had Mexico, they had like all kinds of stuff, so I'm very familiar with network marketing. Anybody know Ray Higdon?
No.
Jessica Higdon?
I do.
Okay, big network marketing
Eric
coach. John and Nadia Melton. Like, I know all these people. If back in the day, this would have been available, their businesses would have blown up 10 times more because it would have been easier to keep track. The back office is great, but it's the back office. If you want to switch companies, you have to manually get all that information because they don't let you take it with you. So you might as well just go ahead and put it in for yourself somewhere.
Of course.
So this information that Tanya, like from a network marketing standpoint, is mind blowing.
Right, and network. So like your clients, right? The communication that you have, the relationship building that you have, is super important to maintain your clients.
It's like
So
whole
knowing
business, pretty much.
that their dog Fifi is 5, knowing that they have 3 kids and so is off at college, knowing all of that is important, but remembering it is not feasible for a lot of us, right? So having this tool, every time you have a conversation, every time you have a message, and you can scroll back through it, and there's spots in the tool that allow you to put that. You know, Joe has 3 kids. Their names are blah, blah, blah.
For
You-
Anastasia, for example, what would be, for example, she's talking with a client and they're telling her, you know, I do have pain here, but.
Precisely. But like, you can keep all of your notes right in there. So if you email them, that's in there. If you message them, that's in there because it tracks all of that. If you do the phone call, you can do it right there.
Does not.
But you're gonna have to take notes. You're gonna have to put the notes in. But taking 2 minutes to do.
So much energy and
Yes,
time and.
right, because if you write it on a notepad, now you're scrambling to find that notepad a year later, and you,
I usually lose it and then cannot find my.
Yeah.
Or use voice to text
Go
apps.
about my
any medical.
You read it, it types it, you copy
AI
it.
is driving it, absolutely. But there's no reason not to use AI, because AI is the future, right? So that brings me to ChatGPT.
Oh, you use it?
We have to talk about ChatGPT.
For the go high level, because you were asking about like medical stuff.
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't use it for that because it's not a HIPAA compliant
Yeah,
type
that's
of
what they-
thing. That would be separate. That is purely marketing, nurturing your clients.
Right, but you can take
So-
certain notes, like if they're talking about their chakras, or they're talking
Yeah,
about like,
you-
but
it's however you wish to do it. Your client is not going to see it. That's only on the back end. Only staff people will see it. So, like I use it too. If I have like a VA who I need to like do some work for me on my behalf, there's a way to track what they put in, because like each person has their own individual login, but you create the login so you control whether or not they see certain things or not.
yes, you can lock down
Yeah.
So,
portions
like,
of
they
your
don't-
system.
Actually, they don't create their own login. You create it for them, because if you eventually fire, then
You have the
you're
login.
protected. They cannot access
Yes.
anymore. You just take them.
That's a beautiful point. So
yeah.
like when you level up your business, you're gonna have management tools in there so that your team can do this work
So-
for you, and you can track what they're doing.
So
So
you
you
have
can
ways to go.
You can keep information that you can set for them to be hidden. Like
Yes.
not see everything that you.
Certain things, yes, like maybe banking
Information
or
just for
payment
yourself.
stuff. But in terms of, so for tasks, yes, if you assign only to a specific person, only that person can see that task which has notes. But if it's just generic and there's no one in particular assigned, everybody can see it.
Yeah. So you're gonna have to set it up how you need to set it up based on your business needs. So we're gonna talk about ChatGPT in the future. We really need to be thinking about how that interacts with our business. So they have a free version. We all know that I like that. But
It's limited.
the
again.
paid one is
Limited.
better.
Paid
It is
one,
much
of course
better.
it is.
What I learned recently is, so ChatGPT, when you put something in the not paid version, everybody has access to that now. So
confidential.
correct.
That's right.
So if you're writing your business stuff and the AI is interacting with you,
GPT, just
Oh,
like that.
G.
Yeah.
G. I was hearing TPT.
I did
G.
cheat and I was
Chat.
asking how to spell cheat.
I'm sorry, I didn't spell that one.
GPT.
Our letters,
Yes.
just initials, capital letters, right, so it's the
Yes.
word chat, like
Marika, you
talking.
using it?
I do.
Yeah.
Yes,
me too.
yes.
I
You
just
pay for
got-
it, right, you pay, me too.
I
Yeah.
accidentally subscribed to
Yeah.
Jasper.
So
I did.
$20 a month.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
But you know they add up because my
They
brother
they
uses
absolutely
it.
they do add up,
We pay a
but
shipment of money for all
Jasper's
these.
free for 14 days.
Whole market of
expensive,
different
though. It's $300.
GPT
That's how I got
extensions,
into
like
Pagan.
now you have the right for me, now you have like very specific
Specific
and
ones.
narrow
I guess I
Mm-hmm.
need
which ChatGPT you can use that's more tailored to your business.
yes,
right.
yes, absolutely. And you can also, on the paid version, create your own GPT that is confidential. So when you're building your marketing stuff, you're gonna wanna do it in its own GPT. I'm not gonna teach how to do that. Yeah, $20 a month. That is a YouTubeable learning activity. YouTube, University of YouTube is your best friend.
Cheapest school.
Yes, because there are so many experts out there just giving away beautiful information. So learn how to do your GPT right from YouTube, and then build.
GPT is.
It's an AI
Yeah.
that
The chat.
it's ChatGPT.
You are
Okay, so
It's an artificial intelligence.
so what it does basically is, so if I want to write an email to my clients and I want to cover certain things, with the function I could go, hey, ChatGPT, I would like to create an email to blah blah Reiki clients, and I wanted to talk about balancing the chakras, and I'm gonna have an event. So can you write me a letter, an email that goes over those points about 300 words, and that it will spit that out.
In about a minute.
And then you go in, you read it, and then you change it to how you, if you don't like it, please rewrite that and add blah, blah, blah. What it writes for you on the private one is yours. When it writes it, it is yours. So then you go in and you edit it and you add your voice. And the more you work with it, it is going to learn your
recognizes
voice.
you.
And it compiles all of that data. So when you're writing these letters, it will become your voice, and your clients will hear you when they get those emails. It is amazing. Yes.
When she was first on the
No, go ahead.
Okay, I did discover from being in another community that when you're using ChatGPT, if you wanted to memorize your patterns, then you want to keep the same chat and build on that same chat.
Yeah.
That way, the computer starts to recognize you more, and you don't have to keep starting from scratch. But each time you start a new one,
That's
separate, then it's not going.
Right.
It's
It's
gonna.
not in there yet.
It's always
I
gonna
found that
be
on here,
generic.
right?
All of our content is already made for
I will
us.
tell you,
Right.
I do.
So,
Right, then you wouldn't wanna change that, if that's
yeah.
proprietary with that company, that might be some
if
kind of
you-
legal thing.
But I'll give you an example.
no, we can use it, can't, but it's like it's already,
One
we
of the
can
things
still
I've
change
already-
it to ourselves,
but-
but it's already made.
But who else is using it? If you don't have to use it, you can put your own voice to it
Yeah,
and have it refresh it for you.
so I could
One-
just kind of say what they're
Refresh
saying
it,
and just,
refresh
I don't know.
this
I don't know
and
where
then
you're at.
Rewrite this.
I'll
or
help you
improve
with
on
it
the
later.
writing, or please rewrite this in more of a feminine voice or more of a business voice, or you just tell it how you want it to sound, or add more words or make it shorter. The only thing I was really gonna say, sorry, is I use it also to write my social media posts, especially when I'm brain dead. I've got this whole video that I just spent an hour putting together, and I'm like, I have no words. And I'll go in there and describe the video, and I'll say, make me a post for Instagram, and be content creator, as a professional content creator. Like, I'll give it the voice I want it to have, And then I'll say, now can you make it for Facebook?
Yes, so you can tailor it to different, yeah, it's
And then I edit
amazing.
it. You
But
never use
again,
exactly
if
what
it's
they
not
have.
in the private.
Yeah, you have
content's
you
out.
have to have the paid version. Like I highly
ethers.
recommend
Yeah.
that you have the private version.
Can you scribe your video, a 1 hour video, you can actually describe it?
I describe it like.
No, not describe it, describe it. There, I think there is a tool that can put your.
I can't hear you.
Transcribe
I can't
it,
hear you.
Transcribe
Oh,
it.
transcribe is different.
No, but it can transcribe your video,
Still
you
can't
put the
hear
video
Oh, you
into
put the video
ChatGPT.
Oh, yeah, I just don't wanna wait for it to upload, I just ask it. I ask him the same question like every week, so now it's
Okay.
kinda got me, but yeah. go ahead.
All right, so once you get all of that under your belt, there's automations that you can start. If you have a blog post, right? Have you heard about Make?
No, I have not.
Yeah.
Make, like MAKE, is an app where you can create by using an RSS feed. That's a lot of it's a little advanced, but basically you can use Make and ChatGPT and some parameters, and you can have ChatGPT go fetch articles that are coming out. So because I work with helping people through cancer, so my automations are going to fetch the most recent articles on holistic cancer wellness, right? So, and it'll go fetch them. And then if you set it up correctly, so it fetches it, and then it will write me a blog. It will write me however many memes I want it to write, and it'll post it automatically without me having to do anything other than set up the automation. That's a little bit advanced, and that's all I'm gonna say about that, but I want you to know that AI really is the future of your business, and streamlining as much of your business as possible is the way to go. And starting your standard operating procedures early, the earlier you start that and start building this, and consistency, right? So when you're doing your posts, and you have to be consistent. I know I'm all over the place, but like,
No, you're not.
like,
You're doing great.
so it's super important, whether you feel like it or not, to post. But if you've already set it up and you spend 2 hours at the beginning of the month and you do all of your social media posting and schedule all of it, you just spent 2 hours instead of 2 hours a day. You spent 2 hours for that month, and it's just gonna automatically go for you. But you have to do it. And then once you have all of your memes scheduled, right? Like I schedule Sundays. I sit down Sunday nights and I do all of my scheduling for the week. I put my booking calendar out. I talk about Reiki. I talk about consultations. I talk about the products I sell. And then I just do that. And then I also do Facebook Lives. I go on to Insta and I do and then I'm working on TikTok, right? So like I'm doing all of this, but you have to do that daily, right? So because we talked about people want to see the live portion, so you have to get on and just be live. All right.
And the paid version of ChatGPT gives you one more tool that I really, really love. It actually, you can go inside and describe yourself. Like you can go inside and just say, I'm Patty, I am 37 years old, I have 2 kids, a husband.
You create your avatar.
You create your avatar. So and you tell ChatGPT, okay, I want you to create my posts, or use language that's gonna serve moms, let's say, within this range. So you can kind of prompt your ChatGPT beforehand, and then all of afterwards, everything that you give it to him, it's gonna be in the voice that you set before that.
Does it all?
Yeah, so
The creating from text, when you type it and it gives you the voice.
Yeah, and you describe yourself, let's say, I want to serve certain
Yep.
audience, because we have to realize that we cannot serve everyone. And we have to make a choice. We have to.
you have to niche down, and you have to find the avatar. Like you have to actually go, okay, so this is the client I serve. She's 38. She has 3 kids. She drives a blah blah blah. She drinks Starbies in the morning. Like, you have to go in deep. You name her. What's in her closet? is she divorced? Like really go deep into what she
Your client
feels,
would be.
right? So you can have more than one avatar, and you can set it up so that GPT speaks to that one avatar, and you create all of your work in that GPT for that avatar, and you can have a different GPT with your other avatars.
But she
But
was
the convenience is that you don't have to do, because if you have the unpaid version, you gotta describe ChatGPT on every chat.
Yes.
That's what
Yep.
you do. So
Exactly.
you describe. And when you have the paid version, you describe this avatar once, and it's gonna split all of the chats.
And it's only
You
for
know,
you.
it's gonna split.
Like I couldn't see it on
No.
mine, I'm not gonna take your
No.
information or
No.
anything about your business.
Right. So the quality that you put into your avatar, the more in depth that you go into building your avatar, the better your content is going to be. So spend the time to build the avatar. Be ridiculous with it. Sunny beach walks, like everything. Go real deep into what the life of your client is. Build that on a paid version of ChatGPT, and then go forth. You want to ask me a question? Go ahead.
she was saying to create an avatar for her that will be talking to her individual clients.
Yes.
And you were talking about to create an avatar for each client.
Each
also.
client type.
Or type.
But it does
Each
both,
client
it
type.
does both, it can do both, it can
So-
create your avatar
And
as the health worker
type
healer.
of clients.
So
Both.
we all realize that we are our first client, right?
Yes.
Like we're our first client, and so your first avatar is you. So what kind of shoes do you wear? Like write out like your version of you, and that's the tribe you're attracting, the people that are just like you, that have the same goals and dreams that you do, have the same pain points that you do. Like be very specific about what your pain points are, and talk to people about how you fix your pain points, and that's where you're adding your value. Does that make sense?
What is a pain point?
Problems. What issues do you have? Like what are your challenges?
Or in your instance, what you can give them, what you can fix for them, what you
Right.
can translate
That's
for
all.
them.
That's basically what your client cares about. What can you
What
do
are you
for
doing
me?
for them?
How do you
Can I
fix it?
help them?
Yes, because your client, as they're looking through the social media, the question is, what's in it for me? And you have 2 seconds to get that message across. Any other questions? No? Okay.